Let's get down to business.
Hey guys, welcome to ImageX. Okay, so today we have Sean Coffey. This lad is only 18. Alright, and at age of 18, he has hundreds of thousands of followers. He's only doing his leaving cert and still managed to come and do the image fitness course and complete it. He lives in quite a disciplined and hard-working lifestyle. There's been a lot of other qualities and attributes that we've spotted that we said we have to get this young lad on our podcast and try to pick his brain and learn from this man. Alright, so stay tuned. Sean Coffey's next. Okay guys, right, so today we've got Sean Coffey finally on the podcast.
Finally.
Sean has qualified on the image fitness course, but one of the main reasons we wanted to bring him on at the age of only 18, this guy has generated hundreds and thousands of social media followers, which I think is a dream of many youngsters, many people your own age and older. So that's one of the key factors I want to have a discussion with you today, Sean, if you don't mind. Tell us about your early days in social media, how you even started. What was your first thing you done?
So basically, I started social media in 2020, and it was during lockdown, okay?
Oh, really? Not all?
Yeah, and the reason why I started in lockdown was because I was out of school, okay? So obviously I wasn't in school, I wasn't around loads of people, because I knew if I started during school, I would have got the piss taken out of me, right? So I made it my motivation that if I blow up my Instagram and my social medias during lockdown, when I'm not seeing many people, when I go back, no one would say anything to me. And then that's
interesting, yeah.
We cut that bit out.
No,
and then that's exactly what I did. So basically, I used that motivation then to actually push out on my socials, push out content, and then it worked out good. Went back to school with 10k, and ever since then, building.
It's funny because if that hadn't happened and COVID wasn't there and you did try it,
yeah,
the lads in school might have taken the piss.
100%,
and that might have been enough for you just I'm not going to do any more videos, and this may not have happened. So
exactly.
It's amazing how life works that way.
Exactly,
and how people can be, 1 inch from either going the right way or the wrong way.
100%.
Okay, so you actually managed to get 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
During COVID.
Yeah.
Talk about that. What was it that you did? What were your general tips you can recommend?
Yeah.
So start with the beginning.
So, this would be a tip now that no one knows. I've never heard anyone say this to me. No, I don't think many people do it. But what I did, I used to go on famous people's photos on Instagram, right? Specifically in the fitness niche, because obviously the people that are following them could potentially like my content and follow me. So what I used to do was I'd go on to one of their new posts, I'd comment something that's relating to the post, maybe with some bit of humour in it. I'd go on to other accounts that I made, and obviously they're anonymous. I'd like the comments. Just as the post has been posted, and then next thing you know, I've top comment, and then more and more followers come in. So that's one of the things that I did. Another thing that I did then is Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels are...
That's one you'd recommend.
100% at the moment. Instagram pushing them out more than ever. And if you're focusing on Instagram posts rather than Reels at the moment, you're an idiot, because that's all Instagram is pushing. They don't really care about posts at the moment. It's the Reels that they're pushing more than anything at the moment.
Give the basic tips on a reel to make that successful.
Okay, so of course now everyone's attention span these days is so bad, okay? Yeah, exactly. So what you want to do is make the video short and snappy. Use things such as subtitles, change, let's say, the camera angles and stuff. Just you need to keep it engaging for the viewer. Of course, as well, one very important thing is you need to have a good hook on the video to get people actually watching. So if that means you have to say something at the start of the video, such as watch until the end to see how you blow up your arms, then do that. Because those kind of hooks is what keeps people watching until the end. And the higher watch time that you have, the more views that you will get. So it's very important.
What platform did you begin with then when COVID? And just before so you're 18 now, you're doing your leaving cert, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you would have been 5th year, 4th year?
I just did my junior cert, so third year. Just finished third year, yeah.
So what platform did you use? Instagram?
Started off on Instagram, and then eventually I started doing TikTok, and then now I'm doing YouTube as well. So all three coming together now.
Okay, amazing. Right, so you then moved into 5th year and 6th year.
Yeah.
Your audience and followers obviously has grown rapidly to hundreds of thousands, which is incredible, and huge pat in the back.
Thank you.
As your skills and knowledge on it learned, what else could you share? As let's say there's someone watching this, an image graduate, and they've maybe got a couple of thousand followers, let's say, and they want to go to that next level. What are any more of the advanced suggestions, let's say?
So the main thing really, and like I'll say it again because it really is important, Reels. Because I saw a post yesterday now, and it's really like, it's something that everyone should work off. You should get people into your page and attract attention to yourself by doing short form content, whether that be on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be. Use short form to attract people and get followers. And what you do then to build that authenticity and to build a good reputation with your followers is long form content. So if you can find how...
Okay, explain the difference between that now, because let's say someone has no idea about social media. Let's say someone watching this.
Yeah.
The long form and the reels. So
yeah.
One is under 10 seconds, is that right? Under 15 seconds?
I'd say, no. What I mean by short form content is basically just TikToks, Instagram reels, because I think the max anyways is like 60 seconds that you can record. But what you want to do then with that audience is bring them over to YouTube, because that's way more like, it's more raw and it shows more of your personality.
Okay,
you know, because like people can only like read you so much from like 30-second videos. But if you bring that over to YouTube and you've like 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, people can see who you are as a person. And then that's what really gets people engaged with you and your life and your content, you know. That's a very important thing.
Okay, yeah, fascinating. Do you know what I want to do? So let's say we're going to have people watching this who, again, have very little knowledge on social media.
Yeah.
Would you be able to explain the difference between an Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and even YouTube, actually? Someone is going to begin down this path and wants to try grow their followers and grow an audience on social media. General description and tips you might give for each.
So one thing I would say we'll start off with Instagram, okay? Instagram Reels, it's actually, you know what, I could say this across all platforms: consistency. Because all short form content at the moment, if you're consistent with it, then you will, of course, if you're consistent and you're providing value and the content, of course, is good, and you're, let's say, posting 2-3 times a day across loads of different platforms, you will get lucky with one. And then that luck that you get on one platform can go over to all other platforms, you know. So then from there, you start building more and more and more.
Interesting. What guidelines would you give someone in terms of the consistency? Would you say, like, say someone just starting, you need to be 3 posts a day or 4 videos a day or 6 a week? Any kind of general tips you'd suggest?
So what I would say about how many times you should be posting, right, if you're just starting, you don't want, of course, to start and just burn yourself out straight away, because if you let's just say now you start social media, that's enough of a stress in itself. The last thing you want to do then is put the pressure on yourself of posting 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Start off easy. Start off with 1 every single day. Get the ball rolling. Over time then, maybe twice a day, and even 3 times a day. But I honestly think that 2 times a day, maybe 1 in the morning, 1, let's say, in the evening or night, that's enough.
Okay.
I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Regarding the editing of videos and stuff, is that something that you and other people like yourself would do themselves, or would you get the editing done professionally?
Yeah, so I do that all myself. I use my iPhone for everything, so anyone can do it. I don't use a laptop. I don't have a big, expensive editing software. I've built myself from 0 followers to 365,000 from just editing on my phone, and just my phone alone. Like, when people say that you need all this equipment and softwares, you don't need any of that. Genuinely, you don't.
Brilliant. I'm delighted you said that, because that's probably what turns some people off.
Yeah.
What like apps would you recommend, or software on your iPhone that people could take from?
VLLO, first of all, it's an app, and I pay 99 cents a month or something to edit on, and it's very, very good. It cuts up your videos for you very easily. You can add captions, you can literally do anything on it. And then what I do, another app that not many people know about, is the Captions app. So that's actually the app that puts the subtitles on the videos for you automatically. So you don't have to sit there for hours on end, like typing in what you're saying. It just automatically does it for you. And then, of course, it makes mistakes, but you just go over it again. So it's brilliant.
Quicker to edit the mistakes than write it.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Okay, brilliant. Just tell me the name of that app again.
It's called the Captions app.
Okay.
And then there's VLLO as well.
Okay, so any other, just them two are enough for you to recommend to grow?
Definitely.
Right, perfect. Tell us a little bit about YouTube, from your side about making videos, making content.
Yeah.
That can be longer. I know these are all simple questions, but many of the audience watching this want the basics. Any general tips regarding YouTube, or is it a little bit like there's not as many rules and there's not as many, you have to give the key points straight away? Is it a little bit more laid back? No? I
wouldn't say so. YouTube is a lot harder. Like, it's way harder to blow up on YouTube than it is, let's say, on TikTok or Instagram. Well harder. But the good thing about that is that YouTube is way more rewarding, because if you have more subscribers, let's say now you're raking in 1 million views a week on TikTok, right? In Ireland anyways, you're not making any money. But let's say,
Really?
yeah,
Even if it's that many million, even that many views.
you wouldn't make any unless you're going live and people are donating money to you, or else you're selling your own products. Then that's how you make money. Like
Didn't know that.
those platforms, TikTok, Instagram, they don't pay you. YouTube does though. That's the thing about YouTube that separates it from the rest. It's much harder to blow up on, but if you establish yourself on YouTube, like you can make a full-time income just off YouTube alone. You know, so YouTube is definitely the place to be and the place to definitely establish yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even to aim to get towards.
Yeah.
You might start off on TikTok or whatever. That could be the next step. Okay, and just on TikTok then. So we've mentioned Instagram. Is TikTok pretty much the same? So focusing on Reels and any other general TikTok tips you might be able to suggest.
TikTok tips. So basically, it's the same things really as just staying consistent on it, making short, catchy videos, because you need to keep in mind that on TikTok, there's a lot of a younger audience on it. So you need to make that engaging for the younger audience as well as the older audience, you know? Because what I've found is that Instagram has much older, mature audience, and then TikTok is a lot younger. So you need to keep that in mind if you're creating content in order to keep the content nice and catchy, you know? Because that definitely plays into it a lot.
Okay, 3 of the words you've said is consistency, value, and engaging. I want to just go through each. So the engaging side of it, youngsters, I'd say 16 to 30.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of them are quite fun and there's a lot of humour in them and that kind of thing, a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Is that one you would suggest, is trying to incorporate humour into the
100%.
into the videos?
100%. Or else what you want to do is relate with that younger audience in your videos. For an example, it's easy for me to do because I'm a teenager myself. So, like, let's say now you're not a teenager, but you want to, how would I say it? Let's say you're not a teenager, but you want to get
connect or something with the
audience. You want to relate, with your younger audience. Then do videos such as, if you're a skinny teenager, then these are some tips for you. Like, you kind of relate the video with them if you want to grow up that side of the audience, you know. It's always about relating with the person. Or let's say you could do a video on how to meal prep in school or something, you know, just basic things like that.
Okay, relatable content to the audience you're trying to appeal to.
Yeah.
If you can incorporate some fun and humour at times, that'll probably only help.
100%.
I don't know if you know any of your analytics, but will a lot of your viewers or followers be returning? You don't have any, does TikTok provide any of that data? Like if you, that video got 1,000 views, X amount of them are returning, that doesn't...
On Instagram, I think it's just Instagram.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the engaging bubble, it's relatable content to your audience.
Yeah.
If you can incorporate some fun and humour.
Yeah.
Okay. If anything else jumps out to you, we can jump back to it. Consistency. Someone starting off a morning and an evening video, whether it's on TikTok or whatever it is, you would suggest.
100%.
If you can do more, great. If not, at least...
But that's another thing. I wouldn't post too many videos either. Because the last thing that you want is to annoy your followers because you're on their feed every 2 seconds. Like, I'd say if you just keep it at around 2 to 3 posts a day, rather than like just blowing up your followers' feed with like 10 posts every single day, you're better off. And I also heard off a friend that also does social media that if you post too much, they don't get pushed out. So you need to keep it. You need to keep it at a decent number of, let's say, 2 to 3 videos, and not overdo it either.
Like quality over quantity.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's the consistency, and then the value just speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Make sure it's half decent content.
Yeah.
There may be no harm in someone watching others speak about that topic.
Yeah.
Almost taking ideas from it and then putting your own spin on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Regarding that value bubble, any other suggestions, or is that generally that covers it?
That basically covers everything. It's that easy if you really break it down. It's just all about those 3 things.
Yeah, excellent. Even, I'm thinking out loud here, but if you're trying to appeal to that teen audience or whatever it is, if you followed experts other parts of the world who are similar, you probably get great ideas from them. All right. What about influencers doing videos with other influencers?
Yeah.
That's something you'd recommend? Bringing someone on who maybe has much more followers and using that?
Do you know what I think? Because I know a lot of people, right, that they would do collabs with other influencers for, like, I know people like the idea of, like, merging followers and audiences together and stuff. I personally don't do it for that. I do it because if I'm filming with another, like, creator, I get ideas from them, I learn from them, it boosts my confidence, because if you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, you know, it just elevates you and your brand as well as a person. Like, sorry, that makes no sense. I flogged that.
No,
but,
keep going.
But basically, yeah, what I recommend is collabing with other people that are doing the same thing as you, because then that obviously uplifts you and you learn more ideas, and obviously you're talking about it, you know, so that's what I definitely recommend.
Okay, this has been brilliant. Just go back to yourself and your own life. So
Yeah.
you're in 6th year, you're doing your leaving cert.
Yeah.
You're in school Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Where do you get your training in? Where do you fit the time in to do videos?
Yeah.
How is it that you're juggling everything? Describe
Oh.
your week Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday. Okay, so I train 3 times a week at the moment, full body sessions, because that's all I can do, because other than that, I'm always busy. And I do them Monday, Wednesday and Friday.
Very good.
School, obviously, every single day. Straight after school, I do study for about 2 to 3 hours. And then after I do my study, on training days, I just go to the gym. And then whenever I'm done my study, done my gym, I do all my filming then. So that's the way I do
Your
it.
structure.
Yeah, yeah.
What about weekends?
Weekends.
You switch off on the weekends?
I try to, but it doesn't work because I have a really proactive mind. I always have to be doing something, So I try my best to switch off, but I don't find it that easy because I always like to use the weekends, especially the mornings, to catch up on the work that I couldn't do throughout the week because obviously with
very
school
good.
and stuff, So that's what I like to do on the weekends.
You seem to be quite structured. Like you have your routine,
Yeah.
solid in place.
Yeah.
That's something you'd recommend to
Oh, 100%.
young people watching this. Get your, whatever your life is in at the moment, try get your routine of this is what I do, this is when I do it.
Yeah.
Almost look at it as like a job.
Of course,
You
yeah.
know, that's probably has worked for you. It's
It
part of
has.
the reason. Okay, after school, after you finish your leaving cert next
Yeah.
year, what's next?
What is next?
What's next for your life?
I'm 50-50 at the moment. So it's either I go to college or else I just boot off to Dubai or Marbella, the basic stuff. But I'm half thinking just about going to college and just experiencing it. I'm not too adamant on going, but saying that I'd love to just experience it because I can always leave if I don't enjoy it, So why not? I'm young now, so might as well meet new people and try out a new course and all that. Might as well.
Might as
so
well. Well,
50-50.
Your social media following and the way you're going in that space, I'm sure will open up its own league of opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay. And the final thing for myself is youngsters watching this who want to grow their social media following and dream to have the numbers you're going to have.
Yeah.
Anything else you can suggest? And I'll just summarise. From clearly, it seems you're extremely kind of disciplined and you have a structure and a routine in place, which I'm sure helps because when those days where you're tired and you're drained of energy and it's the last thing you want to do, you probably get those videos made. Also, from some of the comments you made off camera, you probably have developed this as a muscle and a skill in terms of your social media abilities. And that someone may start off slow 1 week or whatever it is, and they may get very little views or followers. But they'll probably improve as the months pass, and their whole skill of making these videos and reels, as you brought up a few times, will probably develop. Anything else I'm missing? Anything else you can share or tips you'd recommend?
I'll say one, and it's fairly basic, but I think it's very important, right? People will laugh at you at the start. People will try and put you down about what you're doing because obviously these days, if you start posting on social media, it's a bit out of the norm, right? But what I will say is follow your heart and do it for the right reasons. If you start this social media stuff for the money, then just stop because it's not worth it. Do it for the right reasons. Make sure you genuinely want to help people and genuinely want to meet new people and all those things. So first of all, the first thing I will say is don't have money in mind because if that's in your mind, you'll stop after a month or two because you'll realise how hard it actually is. And sorry, Jesus.
No, you're okay, keep going.
And the only thing that will actually keep you going is the passion for helping people and enjoying the process. So that's one thing I will say. Don't do it if your goal in mind is just money.
Okay.
Another thing, geez, it came to my head there at the start now.
This is gold. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Anything, just fire it out.
So, another thing that I will say is, I started on it, but I completely forgot. Another thing that I will say is, if people will laugh at you at the start, people will mock you, because people always judge you over something new that you're starting, and they'll do that until you become successful at it. And before you know it, then they're asking you for favours, they're asking you how you've done it. But what I will say is, just block that out, just do your own thing. If you enjoy doing it, you'll be fine. And I promise you, if you keep the head down, if you don't listen to other people's opinions, and you genuinely have a true love for it, and you stay disciplined and work hard at it, you will make it. And that's facts.
Yeah, amazing. To be fair, that was the very first thing you said was, I was doing my gym, whatever it was, COVID happened, and because I was out of school, I was able to launch these videos, and maybe if I was in school and you would have been put down and judged by your classmates, it may not have happened. And it's funny, because that will be quite tough, because people who, when that happens to them, that may happen to people that they look up to, and actually might affect them deeply, and they might really put themselves down and believe it and say,
Yeah.
maybe that person's right and I'm not able for this.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about it, block that out.
Exactly.
And just keep going.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. That's all for me today. That's
Spot
perfect,
on.
Sean. Well done. Absolute
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you.